Hello and welcome to your weekly juice. Tips and advice on how to boost your confidence, conquer self-doubt, and keep you pumped all week. I'm Louisa Jewell, author of Wire Your Brain for Confidence, The Science of Conquering Self-Doubt. And today I want to talk to you about something that was very upsetting for me, and I started to catastrophize. Now, catastrophizing is when in our brains we start to think of the worst case scenario of what could come out of this situation. And it may be totally made up in our heads, and usually it is, but we just start to go down a very, very black hole thinking about all the possible worst things that could have happened. Now, unfortunately, on Sunday night, we had a very tragic shooting in downtown Toronto. And my heart goes out to all of the families who were affected. A few people died. We still don't know how many people may die from this shooter. But it was very sad, and my heart does go out to all of those affected. And I am very sad, and I'm very angry at the same time, because we're seeing an increase in gunplay in the city. That's another topic. But on Friday night, I was in a little pub listening to live music that was just 2 doors down from where the shooting took place on Sunday night. And on Sunday morning, I was actually having brunch just once again a few minutes from just south of where the shooter went on a rampage that Sunday evening. So my mind started to catastrophize a little bit. Oh my gosh, what if I had decided to go for dinner with my friend rather than brunch on Sunday? We were right there. We could have been the ones. I started to picture, what if he came to our little brunch place and was shooting? My mind started to go to worst case scenario. And I do know as well people who say to me, oh my gosh, I was right there. And they start to go through all of these scenarios in their heads. So what I want to do is I want to show you 3 ways that you can stop catastrophizing in your life, regardless of whether it's something as serious as a shooter and terrible and tragic as that, or even something smaller, catastrophizing about even smaller things in our lives. So the first tip that I want to give you, the first thing that I do when I start to catastrophize is I use gratitude. So I say to myself, well, I wasn't there. I'm grateful I wasn't anywhere near there at the time. I'm grateful that none of my family was there. I'm grateful that he didn't have one of these, semi-automatics where he could have shot who knows how many number of people. So I'm grateful, it's terrible that a few people died, but I'm grateful it wasn't worse than that. I am grateful that I was safe and sound. So I use gratitude and gratitude that my family was okay. And I use that to comfort myself. So I don't start going down this black hole, but instead say, you know what, be grateful for what happened, that it's okay for you. Sad, obviously, for other families that I feel for. Be grateful. Second of all, what I do is I think to myself, when I worry, oh my gosh, should I worry about walking down the street? Should I worry about going back to the Danforth? And my answer is always, that is completely, if something like that was to happen again, it is completely out of my control. I am never going to be able to control if, this happens again. I'm not going to run around, polling people with mental illnesses and to see if they have guns. And I mean, that's an impossible task. So I have to let it go. I have to decide that I am not going to worry about something that is completely out of my control. It is just unnecessary worry. Now, can I think about it? I can think maybe about where I might go, where I might decide to spend my time. That I do have some control over. I also have control over, I'm going to start lobbying now for government, for greater gun control. We're just seeing too much gunplay in the city, that might be something that I want to do. That's in my control. I can start to do something about this. I can create youth programs so that they have alternatives to joining gangs. If gangs is the issue, I want to, I'm going to do more to help our youth in our city. So there are things that are in my control that I can focus in on, and I have to let the other stuff go when it's out of my control. And the third thing is to trust that if I do find myself in that situation, that I will know what to do, that I will protect myself and I will protect my family. And if it's out of my control, there might not be something that I can do, but I'm going to trust that in that moment, I will know what to do and I will know how to protect myself. That may not be true, but I'm going to trust that I'm just going to do my best. The rest is up to the universe's hands. So I hope those tips were helpful. Be grateful. Focus only on what you can control, forget the rest. And third, trust that you will know what to do when the time comes, should it happen. If this tip was helpful, I hope you will share it with your friends. I will see you next week on my weekly juice. And in the meantime, go kick some butt. All right, see you.